Hey guys, it's Audra. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another video. So in this video, I just want to address a certain question, kind of like a certain topic that I have been getting asked a lot recently. Not just that I've been getting asked this, but I've noticed that other like YouTubers or other coaches or other people out there like in the health and fitness or vegan or whatever diet industry that they deal with. And so I just wanted to share my take on this because this is something that I think is very important, not just for like me obviously, but also like for my fellow friends out there who are trying to help people, and also for you guys who continually ask these questions, why maybe people feel the way that they do when they answer you, and why maybe you don't always get the answer you want or whatever. So I know that's kind of like a long intro, but here we go. So the question is, Audra, do you ever get tired of answering the same questions over and over and over and over and over again? And I will be honest with you, there was a time probably, well, especially like maybe 2 years ago, when it really honestly bothered me a lot to continually answer the exact same question over and over again. It could have been about, you know, what type of exercise is best, or what's the best food for weight loss, or what's the best exercise for weight loss, or how do I get my period back, or how many calories do I need, or literally like the same probably like 50 questions every single day over and over again. I would just sit there and answer them just like blindly, just like, oh my gosh, like it really got on my nerves. And it wasn't probably until last year that I started to realize that there's absolutely no need for me to let that get to me in any way. And there's a number of reasons why I say that, okay? Number one is because with the industry that I am in, being a coach or like a helper or a motivator or whatever you want to call it, I have to understand that I'm constantly getting in new people. And so these new people, literally, maybe they have zero background knowledge about the topic at hand. Like they're just coming from left field and they come into this and they're like, who is this girl? What is she talking about? I need to know the basics. Here's all these questions. And if I were to see those questions and be like, oh my God, dude, seriously, how many times have I answered this? Then that would be doing a disservice to that person, because I don't know where they're at. I don't know where they've been. I don't know what they know. I don't know like how much knowledge they have in this topic. And so for me to just kind of be like, you figure it out, or I'm not answering that again or whatever, is like, wait, what? Like that's my job, right? Like that's my job to give the answers to as many people as I possibly can. And I think that's just important for us coaches or whatever you want to call us to realize, is that everyone is in a different stage of their journey. And just because we might have it kind of all figured out doesn't necessarily mean that everyone else does. And that's why they are coming to us to get these answers. If you can remember, like just think back to when you were like, before you knew all of the stuff that you knew about whatever topic. You were literally clueless. You had no clue. So what did you do? You reached out to people, you asked questions, you researched, you watched videos, you read books, you did all of this stuff trying to get as much knowledge as you can. And so you kind of have to take yourself out of the picture and put yourself into their shoes and say, okay, they're really struggling because they're wanting to gain more knowledge about this and they're coming to me to get that knowledge. So I need to give them that information. When I think about it like that, it really kind of just calms me down a little bit, and it helps me to just put myself in a centered place to where I kind of push my ego aside and just say, look, this is the profession or the, you know, path I have chosen to take, and a part of that is answering people's questions, and I need to be okay with that. Now, I will say at the same time, there are some times, you guys, when like the same person can ask the same question literally like 1,000 times and I give the same answer, or maybe like by the 100th time I've kind of changed it a little bit and try to like give a different answer, and then they still continue to ask it. Like at that point, that's when I'm kind of like, okay, there might be a breakdown of communication here because you're continually asking the exact same question. I'm giving you different answers to try to like fill in those gaps for you, but you're just not getting it. At that point, it does get a little bit frustrating. But even then, I still try to look at it from like a business perspective, because it's a customer, so to speak. It's just like if you were in customer service, right? You always want to give the customer what they want, what they need. You want to please them. So if I was in another business and somebody came in and they were constantly complaining about my service or about my product or whatever, I most likely probably wouldn't just be like, you figure it out, get out, you know, like that's not how you do business. I would try to work with them and figure it out as best as we possibly could, get them satisfied, help them to get to where they feel very comfortable with that, and then just move on from there, right? I would never just like kick them out and say, you go figure it out. I know this video is just kind of like totally random, but it's really funny actually. I've had this question come up a lot the last few weeks. I think probably because I've been doing a whole lot more Instagram lives, and literally if you're on my Instagram lives, you know what I'm talking about. I get like the same question over and over again, and I just sit there and I'm like, yes, so blah, 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 and I just answer it over and over again. And I'm fine with doing that because I know that you guys want answers. You need help. Like, I know what it's like to feel lost and alone and just like reaching for everything that you can. And when you find someone that you can trust and you value their opinion, like, you want to get as much information as them as you can. So I 100% understand that. So I guess this video is just kind of like saying it's okay for you to ask questions. I want you guys to feel like open and like in a good, healthy environment. I don't want anybody to ever like feel super stifled, you know, by me saying, oh, like blah, 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 whatever. And then you like, oh, I probably shouldn't ask that question or whatever. You can ask whatever question you want, and that's totally fine. But I will probably answer it, like if I've answered it 100 times, I'll probably say, hey, I've answered this in this video, or hey, it goes really long in depth in my ebooks, or hey, like whatever, to try to give you a different answer than just, sorry, I've already answered that, go find it yourself. You know what I'm saying? So that's the first thing. And the second thing is just encourage my other friends out there who are in kind of the health and fitness industry or whatever. Like, I know what it feels like, but you guys just like keep pushing forward because people want help and they need help, and you know what it's like to feel lost and alone and helpless. So just stay strong in that, regardless if you get literally the exact same question 50,000 times like I do. Like my calorie video, like how many times can someone ask me how many calories I eat? It's okay, because I'll just keep telling you how many calories I eat. It's not a big deal. That's what I'm here for. So I don't know what this video really is about. I was just thinking about that and thought I'd throw it out there. Maybe it encourages somebody, or it encourages somebody to just keep asking questions. If you want to know something, ask, and I'll try to answer as best as I can in whichever way that I can. So that's the video. I hope that you guys have an awesome day. If you have any questions, you can leave them below and I will try to get to them as best as I can. You guys have an amazing day, and I will talk to you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.